Let the black guy be the fall guy. Because it's going to be a fall guy. Somebody is going down for this. I'm going to say this again. Somebody is going down. And there's so many women indicted that's going to be a part of that indictment. From the city girl chick to who's on there too? 50 Cent's baby mama's on there now. Oh, it's going to be a snitch fest. It's going to be a snitchathon. You know how they got a marathon to see who can win the marathon? It's going to be a snitchathon. Who can snitch on more people the fastest? Instead of a telethon like Lou Rawls used to have, raise money for the children, they having a snitchathon. Who can snitch within the first 48 hours? Who can snitch on the most people? I'm telling you, man, those women are not going to jail for Diddy. Any woman that's mentioned in that indictment, they are not going to jail for Diddy. Many of the males are not going to jail for Diddy. Shout out to Timothy. He said, I don't drink, Andre. But what is it that you like that you mentioned last night with grits? He said, I don't drink, but what is it that you like mentioned last? I got a lot of grits now. I don't need any more grits. I got a lot of grits, but whatever you guys bless me with, man, when you guys come down. Like I said, I could always use that Ciroc lime. Or that lemonade Ciroc.
Ciroc Lemonada. I hope I'm saying it right. If I ain't saying it right, I know y'all gonna tell me in the comments. I ain't even gotta ask. Diddy is no longer with Ciroc. This is the most unique Ciroc bottle that I have seen. This one look totally different from all the other ones. And if you want me to mix this with anything, drop it in the comments and hit follow so you won't miss your drink suggestion. Neat. Neat just mean plain, straight, no ice, high taste, straight out the bottle. I really thought this was going to be clear, but y'all can clearly see that it ain't clear. Let me smell it. I get a smell about an 8 or a 9. It smells like a lemon drop that's already ready to drink. Let's see what it tastes like. It's straight, but I feel like it'll be better mixed. I wouldn't want to drink this by itself. To me, it got a little medicine-y aftertaste, but you can definitely taste the lemon influence. On the rocks. On the rocks, the medicine flavor come out a little more. I would go neat and I would avoid on the rocks. And one more thing, Ciroc, please stop shortchanging us with this 30%. Make it at least 35%. This Lemonada and the Ciroc Passion, it's only 30%. Give us that extra 5%. Y'all done let Diddy go, so give it to us. On a scale of 1 to 10, about a 6.2. But I think it'll taste real good mixed. So don't forget to drop them comments.
But since you don't drink, but at the end of the day, I got the grits. Yeah, somebody brought me like 4 large bags of grits. So I'm good. Yeah, a snitch marathon. They having a snitchathon, man. I'm telling you. Because that's what happens. Whoever can get to the judge's ear the fastest wins the race. I'm going to say this again. When it comes to the feds, whoever gets to the judge's ear, in other words, you tell your attorney, listen, I could give you 3 big boys, and I could tell you when they next delivery is, and I could tell you where the artillery is. And once you start doing that, bruh, I'm telling you, they're gonna have a snitchathon. Shout out to my man Sean in here. We got 78 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure that you like us too, because you already know once you click that like button.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Once we establish this as a place of truth, not just Angry Man is here, but Oprah coming next. Once we establish this as a place of truth. The cologne for the day. Yeah, I had to pull out the $300 bottle of African leather. That's the cologne that I'm rocking today. There is no smell like African leather. There is no, I mean, it is a peppery scent, so it's still in the same family of Sauvage, but man, it is so different, man. And I actually walked around the store like 3 times, like, Andre, okay, man, you're gonna spend this $300 on this cologne, huh? And I already spent $300 several times on colognes, but this one was a must. I actually went back to the store to get this one, and actually now it's $420 for this bottle now. So I got a great deal on it. Once again, African leather is the cologne of choice for today. Let's get ready to get started with the show. We got my man in the building who needs no introduction, yet I'm going to give him his introduction. We're talking about a brother. Let me change the music in all sincerity. Oh, yeah, but I'm loving that beat. We're talking about a man that has had an impact on Black male content creators for over, man, me personally, he's impacted me for about a good 7-8 years, man. And I'm talking about not just the subject matters he talks about, but he is one of the people that showed me there's nothing wrong with being transparent about your life on YouTube. And I mean that. From watching Angry Man, that's why you guys always hear my stories of my past, because you guys have seen the fruits of my labor. And so now you guys have got a chance to see why I'm the way that I am when it comes to being transparent, because there's other brothers that have been out there showing an example of transparent Black men a lot longer than I have. And Angry Man is one of them. The brother's on his way to 1 million subscribers, man. And I'm so glad to be a part of the brothers that's watching him and enjoying what he's doing on his way to that journey, as well as him showing me as an example of, if you go get a neon light.
As we all know, to simp is to basically put women on a ridiculous pedestal when a lot of them don't really deserve to be put on that type of pedestal. It's like worshiping them, right?
Don't bullshit with it. Get you a real light. I saw that Angry Man. I was like, wait a minute, pause. What is that in back yonder? I'm looking, I'm like, oh, hell no. I said, you know what? I say, Love Crossing Borders really need to get serious with our logos. And we really need to get, and one of the things we need to get serious with is a neon light. It's easy to get one that says on air right now. And so I hunted around, and a couple of places, reached out to us in regards to our light. And they were like, well, we'll do this, and it was not right. And it was a company out of New York, a Chinese company out of New York, and they get their work done in China. And we got our neon light sent from China. And I'm talking about their work is excellent. And as soon, because I made the logo on Canva. So I sent them my Canva design, and they brought it to life for us. And it wouldn't have taken place if I hadn't saw this brother's logo. So let me bring my brother up. The brother, and I know a lot of cities claim this man, but damn it, today Detroit claimed him.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with
We
me.
claiming him. I don't care if you know how everybody was trying to claim Aaliyah when Aaliyah passed on, and Detroit was like, no, we claiming her too. That's the same thing we doing it today. We got Angry Man in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, man? Man, that microphone sounds so good. It's the same microphone I got. That mic sounds so good, man. Goodness gracious. Let me ask you something in regards to, before we get started, in regards to your mic. Is there certain mic settings that you use or a software that you use?
Not really. I'm actually using the Go XLR. So I actually went in and I tweaked the settings until I finally got it. To where I, felt like it was good. I still want to do some more messing around with it, but it's been working so far.
I think that's the thing that I hadn't done. I got the Rodecaster Duo, and I hadn't toyed with the software yet when it comes to adjusting the mic really the way that I want it to be set. And I'm one of them dudes that got a big mouth, so it's kind of hard to adjust for a brother like me. But man, it is great. And first of all, I want to give out flowers and appreciation where flowers are due, man. I started in 2019. This will be our 5th year anniversary this April. And we never thought our dream was in 5 years to hit 10,000 subscribers. And we never thought that we would get to that point until I start really taking, not being a follower of your channel, but a follower of you as a businessman with YouTube. And I start watching you and Obsidian and O'Shea and Kevin, and I watched you guys from the business side.
Yeah.
One thing to watch you guys, and I appreciate all that you have shown us black male that's in this black male media space that's constantly growing, that there is a business side and a person can do this in a successful way. And I just want to say thank you, man. I really have always wanted to say that to you.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's, you know, aside from, you know, everybody being passionate about speaking or being a voice for the brothers, that was one of the biggest things, is the business side. You know what I'm saying? Because it has to be something that has to grow. And the only way it's going to grow is if cats take it seriously, you know?
Yeah, I sat back and I saw, and it wasn't, oh, I see there's super chats and things like that, because I got involved, you know, I consider myself the Nas of YouTube, because I came right after the YouTube adpocalypse. But I was before this new wave of I can get 1,000 subscribers in 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
I'm still a part of that roll up your sleeves as your fellow Kirby salesman.
Oh,
come on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
You think I ain't do my Angry Man homework?
Yeah.
I remember knocking on those doors, and well, my wife's not home, and when my wife get home, then we'll make the decision on buying this $2,000 vacuum cleaner from you, Andre.
Yes, sir. So,
but it did help me in what we do today.
Oh yeah, tremendously. You know? So that's how I keep motivated by keeping busy. For real.
Do you think that individuals such as yourself and others such as Anton and others that came from a sales or even a construction or a manufacturing background, I mean, roll up your sleeves, go the extra mile type of guys, do you think that that's one of the things that's helped us as black male content creators be successful compared to other content creators? The fact that we come from sales, or we come from manufacturing, or we come from hard work, and so it doesn't frustrate us.
Definitely, because you know, with YouTube, you know, I'm sure you know it can get frustrating, and there's a lot of as much as there's a lot of things that go right, there's a lot of disappointing things with YouTube, because YouTube is always changing. They're always adjusting their rules and stuff. So yeah, like sales tremendously help, because you know, with sales, you got to deal with the rejection. You got to deal with, you know, getting the, 10 no's to get one yes.
That's
you
right.
know, and all of those different things, you know, always be closing, you know, so like a lot of the, I would say that the vast majority of what's helped me with YouTube is my sales background. The vast majority.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that. And the other thing that helps me, and you probably can attest to that, and I want to hear what you have to say about this, is the fact that I'm comfortable with having to wait for my money.
Yeah.
Sales is like that. Sometimes you it's feast or famine. You have your feast time periods, and then all of a sudden you might get the same thing in YouTube. You may have several months where you're just flourishing, and then for 3-4 months, all of a sudden you're just grinding, and your maybe the AdSense or maybe your product sales or whatever it may be may go down. Let me ask you this: how do you keep yourself encouraged in regards to those moments when you have that up and down wave? Because you guys have dealt with it for years, longer than I have.
Well, I remember when I was younger, like one of my sales mentors, used to talk about sales like it was you know those old school wells that you got to pump with your hand like that. He would always talk about that, where he would say, you know, sales is like pumping that well. So you got to pump it for a while to build the water up. And so once the water gets built up and the water starts coming out, you know, it's flowing. But the problem is some people, they'll pump it up and they'll get the pressure up and they'll stop, and then the pressure falls back down. So whenever things get kind of slow or whatever, what I'll do is I know I got to keep pumping that well. So I'll either focus more on whatever is lacking at the moment, or I'll try to add something else to what I'm doing to hopefully compensate for wherever we're lacking. So I might come out with some new shirts, or I might say, okay, you know what? It's getting kind of slow on this end. Maybe it's time to write another book, or maybe it's time to do this.